facing this.
World. Was I not supposed to do that?
All right. So it is post election 2024. And boy, was it some action.
Yes.
It was a knockdown, drag out, verbal media battle. It was more so of a media battle than it was a battle between the candidates. So very interesting though.
Yeah, it was pretty messy.
Yeah.
Like even with people, it was really probably between the people, like really social media and people's opinions and things like that. That's really where the drama was at.
People really had their side believing that the world would be over if the other side won. That's the state of
Literally.
affairs. All the presidents, all the years that this country has been in existence, we're the lucky ones that have gotten to the place where the country is over if the other side wins.
That was crazy though. Like the division was thick. Is thick. People still mad. Like that's Braxton. I understand. Like you want your person to win or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's like they really don't even know us on like an individual level. Like we kind of be putting a lot of stock into individuals that don't even know our first name.
And what makes that important is the fact that we need to focus on, or we like to move forward in life, focusing on the issues, not the party. There's going to be issues or circumstances from both parties that may benefit us, that may be more aligned with our values and character. There may be things on both sides that may not align with our values and character.
Yeah.
So it's the individual issues and how those things can make things better for what we believe in.
Yeah.
And second, our community at large.
So at the end of the day, like no matter who was to, for me personally, like, or for us, at the end of the day, no matter like who was going to be president, whether it was Kamala or it was going to be Trump, which we just learned that it is going to be Trump. I mean, it's about how we respond to it. It's about how we move forward. At the end of the day, whether it's Kamala or it was going to be Trump, which it is obviously now confirmed Trump, how are we going to show up? Like, how are we going to contribute to our world as everybody claims to want, be a better place or whatever? How are we going to step up in our own communities?
And I know how you're going to be. I know how you're going to do it.
How?
The same way you've always been doing it. Beautifully.
You're so sweet.
It's true. It's true.
I appreciate that.
There are people whose, apparently, according to the media, whose relationships were on the line based off how
That's
they voted.
crazy.
They brought it into the household, into the bedroom, into the marriage, into the relationship. That's more problematic than the political parties themselves.
Clock it.
So we feel really good about starting a show or a podcast that discusses these issues, that gives us the opportunity to talk about the things that keeps our marriage strong, thriving, robust, while we go through trials, tribulations in life,
Like everybody else.
like everybody else. I feel very thankful and proud that that we were able to share our individual opinions, our individual thoughts, feelings on the people who could be voted for, or the issues that could be voted on, the divide, the division going on in the country. We could share these issues, and we don't always agree, yet we can have civil conversations and understand that there's value in what the other side thinks, says, believes, and whatever she experienced in her life makes her thought process valid. I can't snatch that away from her, and she gives me the same grace. She can't snatch my experiences away from me that cause me to think and do some of the things I think and some of the things I tend to do.
Yeah.
Those things may not always suit me or suit everything perfectly, but in understanding the other side
Yeah.
and the other sides out there in the world, we can all get to a place where we can have better understanding and make the world a better place.
Yeah.
When it comes to many of these topics, it's an argument about right and wrong. And we're Christians. We believe in Jesus Christ. We are not perfect by any means necessary, but we strive to
It's true.
continue to build on a strong relationship with God. And with that being the fact, there are some things that are going on out here that that don't vibe with our beliefs. And yet we don't waste time judging and being critical about what other people do. That's not our job to do that.
Right.
That also keeps the peace here, because that's not our job to do that. We can just try to continue to do what we believe in, which is build on a closer relationship with God, with each other, and with the people that we're called to serve.
Come on. And talk that talk. Bruce Davis, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine I pressed the button. I didn't.
Thank you, Jen.
No, but what I wanted to say is that I really appreciate, and you kind of touched on it, I really appreciate having the space to just be real. That's why I call Bruce my best friend. Yes, we are married, but he's also my bestie for the resty. Because we can just have our own views, and it's not a fight, like where it's like we can get to the bottom of core issues and break down ideas, bump heads on ideas, but it's not like heated, if that makes sense. Like we're just figuring it out. We're both like, we're just human, figuring out, observing, critically thinking, assessing, and moving forward.
And
That's what I appreciate.
Of course. And we try to move in wisdom. We know no matter what the issue is or who the person is bringing the issue up, at night when I look forward to coming home, I want to see her beautiful face. I know I'm not going to be seeing Kamala's face. I'm not going to be looking at Trump's face. That's not going to be.
That would be insane.
They're cool. I don't know. I had no issue with. I think that Trump is hilarious to me. Kamala has been hilarious too. But if I need someone to protect my wife and my family, that's not their job to do that. They have jobs they were seeking in the presidency, and that's a large job with many different hats. But that job does not include the sanctity, safety, and protection of my particular family.
Who gonna come home and cook your meals?
All that.
Not Kamala or Trump.
Right. So we don't have stock in it like that. We understand that, right?
Yeah.
At the same time, we like the fact that we can come together and decide how we're going to support based off how these things that need to be supported are going to affect us and the things we believe in. And it's that simple. That helps keep things in perspective and helps us prioritize things, right? I hope that we're saying some things that other people can that resonates with you all out there, and that homes are getting back to a peaceful state, a more aware state. We understand and we witness a lot of propaganda that was pumped into the media, pumped into society.
For diversion.
In fact, my wife brought up a good point. She believes, you guys have to admit, a lot of crazy stuff happened that just don't make any sense. And a lot of desensitized things, people had to be very desensitized to show up the way they showed up.
For real.
And you believe it's all one big social what?
It's giving social experiment, like the way, like it's almost like they trying to see like how blindly loyal can we be to either party. Like, don't matter what is provided. Like, it's like facts don't matter. Like statistics, that is literally the direction the world is moving in today. Less logic, more emotion. That's all I'm seeing. And it's frustrating because I'm like, why? But it's because there's a lot of celebrities, there's a lot of influencers that are getting paid to promote a certain agenda. And a lot of the people that are emotionally attached to these people are just blindly, oh, that's my favorite so-and-so and this, and that. So I'm a ride or die for this one. You know, it's a lot of that.
You just reminded me.
What?
It's a brand mentality. Commercialism, the marketing, the fact we're geared and attached to brands.
Like the NBA.
They've branded the political parties, and it's a brand.
That's why the if you're not in the Republican or Democrat lane, you don't get any love.
You don't even exist.
What are you doing here?
You pay less.
Yeah.
Go away.
Go away. You stink. So it's literally, it's a brand. It's the Gucci and the Louis.
Okay. All right.
Of the social world.
And those that know, and I hope we all take the time to look into that, the whole brand thing. And at the end of the day, the brands have always been about themselves, not about the people like us, and not us in particular, but the neighborhoods we come from that find value through the vans. I'm sorry, they find value through the brands.
There we go.
Right? We don't feel we have any value unless it's hidden behind a brand.
You better talk that talk. Oh, you're preaching tonight.
Well, hey.
You're laying it all out there.
You know, there it is. And and that's what they call identity politics. Identifying with a brand. Beyond logic. Beyond logic.
Yeah.
So there's no way we were going to let that into our household.
Absolutely not.
We thought that was crazy.
No.
I thought it would be great to experience in my lifetime a female president of the United States. I mean, we've seen it on TV for the last 15 years. I mean, right? Madam Presidents, you know, it's been the era of that.
Oh,
okay, I don't want to deny that. This is the era of that.
That's a little the era that
and
we're
something else. Two eras that have dominated everything.
Yes.
But I thought it would be cool for my daughter to be able to experience. Wow, right?
Yeah.
But it's sad that I would find value in just insane that I witnessed that over what the country needs to thrive.
Yeah.
So the brand, you know, just to see the brand in position over what people need. There's people out there hurting right now.
That's real.
People out there.
It's tough, but it's real.
Living in bad circumstances. Things are horribly unaffordable. The current generation is coming out of school. Things look bleak. Things are horribly expensive. The debt is even worse.
Yeah.
There's a lot of issues that are going to come to a head.
A lot of social issues
so
too.
A lot of stuff going on.
That's a lot of stuff going on.
So just checking off a box.
Like, oh, we had this type of person, but yeah.
Right. I'm glad that we try to look beyond just the brand and
it would have been great. Like that would have been great. That would have been dope. Like just because the times we're in and just to be able to, you know, I'm a black woman. They'd be like, oh, another minority woman, whatever is in there. Like that would have been dope.
Yeah.
But you're right. So.
Yeah, you know, and it is what it is. So with that being said, you know, that would have been nice. It also would be nice if Trump can deliver on whatever he said he's going to deliver on. And,
that would be nice.
And everybody come out in better financial under better financial circumstances or better opportunity. If he can deliver on that, that would be nice.
And neither one of and what it seems like is so black and white with people. It's like, oh, if you don't fully support Kamala, then it's like you just think Donald Trump is a saint or whatever. Like, that's not even the case. Like, no one is saying that because they didn't vote for Kamala, that they're now racist or prejudiced against black women.
Or sex, all that.
Or sexist or anything. But it was so many people that I guess apparently agreed with Trump's side. That doesn't automatically rule them out as a kind person or a decent human being because...
Or a person in need that didn't feel their needs have been met over the last several years with no answers as to how that would even transpire. So, and the one side, whether you like the way it sound or came out or not, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Day 1, day 2, we don't know if that's going to happen.
We don't even
he
know.
He stayed in the position.
We
and
don't
was
know.
You know, but we hope the man delivers. He's just a man. There's many people that represent the government that have to do what they need to do.
An imperfect
President ain't got that kind of power. He got some power to veto things and to help push movements forward, push things forward. But they're not that we're all be all. Everyone must know that. They got stuff got to be voted on and passed. So you know, I hope that we come out of the next several years with more opportunity. And I got to be honest with you, there are some people that apparently passionately detest the man. And that is what it is. There's some people that, for whatever reason, have decided to feel that way, that they've heard and seen everything they need to see to come to the conclusion that this person is been cast out of the gates. Yeah. Right? That's God's judgment to do that, not our judgment to do that. Go ahead.
Also, he's human, just like anybody else. Like, I'm pretty sure, one thing that was talked about is like a private conversation, I guess, about the whole grabbing a woman by the private part or whatever. And I'm just like, I wonder what, people are so quick to jump at one person, but what about your private conversations? What about something that you didn't want to come to light? Like, at the end of the day, we all need Jesus. Like, there's no one we all fall short of the glory of God, is something that is a widely known Bible scripture. And it's true. You get up there and run to be the president of the United States and watch everybody highlight every aspect of your life, and let's see how clean you come up.
And more importantly, give the man some credit on just he going to be himself. Be the person to do that, and you're not going to play the game and just stick to your little cards. This person really can't be controlled in the PR way. They just say what they say, no matter.
But I would rather that. I would rather know what someone is thinking than the complete opposite, where you don't know anything that she is thinking.
Well, it's not just her, aside. Where they're not transparent as you like them to be.
Not even that. She's probably being told to not say a lot of stuff. But I'm saying, I would rather someone be putting it all out there, whatever they're thinking, whatever it is. I'd rather, for example,
I believe you're telling me that you feel like you, good or bad, you know more about what he about. I know
where he at least stands with a lot of stuff.
And you're feeling that you didn't get the opportunity.
I didn't feel like there was enough information given on her end. And I feel like a lot of other... Obviously, if you look at how things went with the voting, I feel like a lot, she could have possibly won, or had she been more forthright, or with what her plans were,
and views and all these things,
depending on what they were. Okay. But at least it's like the same thing with dating. It's like you want to give. I'm just saying the same thing with dating. You would rather give the person the option to be with you or not. So be for real about what your good and your bad.
Instead of just trying to get in there.
Get with the girl, get with the guy, and then all of a sudden you with him black.
Then you'll tell what the truth is.
Then you're gonna tell them the truth. Or then you're gonna they'll find out. That's kind of manipulative. High key.
At the same time, She's just a person. It's like he a
True.
person. She's just a person. She
Absolutely.
have campaign managers and people that were saying, stick to the script.
That's what I'm saying.
And and that's what it was. Plus, she didn't have much time. There's much more to this situation. She didn't have
she
much,
had
a 2-month campaign, which is crazy. So
But-
there's other party issues that cause that. So go ahead.
Well, not even that. If you had 2 months and you wanted to if you knew you could change the world and you only had 2 months, you only had a week, you only had a day, and someone gives you a platform to speak, would you not use that opportunity to show America why you would be an asset outside of you telling them how you grew up or something like that? Like, what knowledge do you have? What are you going to change? Wouldn't you tell, like, if you're running for president, you're not running for something at a school or whatever. You're not running for president of the children's, whatever it is, something like with school, like, how lyrics in school.
Well,
You're running for president of the United States.
I hear what you're saying there. I think part of it, though, you got to understand is that it's possible that she was between a rock and a hard space in that regard because she was the president. She was the vice president. She was in office the last 4 years.
True.
So in order to separate herself from what people didn't appreciate about the presidency that she was a part of,
Yeah.
she would have to, for lack of a better expression, say what she would have done different and what she wasn't able to do because
she would
of
have to say what
and
she
she
would
was
do
not
different
willing
because
to
she
do
was
that.
literally a part of the administration
She
that
was
ran
not
for
willing
4
to do
years.
that.
So yeah,
She was a ride or die soldier, and that I'm assuming she was, or her PR people.
and like
she
I
stuck
said
to-
before, she acted how the people she wanted to vote for her would act. She wanted them to be ride or die, and thought that she didn't. I guess her party thought that they didn't have to say as much because they expected the same Democrat Party, the same people that's been voting for all these decades. They want the same people to blindly vote, no matter what.
Yeah, they had some pretty good celebrities show up and try to.
They had the entertainment, and you would think, oh, they got this and that, and blah, 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 blah. They got so and so. But at the end of the day, and that's why I thought it was a social experiment, because it was just kind of like, how will the people react? What will they do if we're gonna give them two different type of people, the red pill and the blue pill.
The person that won't shut up and a person that won't say anything beyond.
So it's just like it was just kind of like not the best. It wasn't like a clear, like, just this is the golden person coming through, like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't just like the knight in shining armor. There was no knight in shining armor.
And what I believe my wife is saying, we had this conversation. That this is a very strange election.
So strange.
Either side could have put forth a likable, well-spoken
They
person
sure
that was going to
could've.
say, "This is what I'm gonna do," right, and go toe to toe with the old school way.
And I'm glad
they
that
didn't do that.
did. I'm so happy that they didn't, though. I'd rather you be for real. Like, I'd rather you just be whoever you are. And they both had opportunity. 2 months is enough time to get on enough platforms to tell people who you are. I don't care if it was 30 days.
Well, that's not the issue. I'm saying she had people that was saying, "Stick to the
And that's
script."
why it's important to be mindful of who you surround yourself with. Who are we surrounding ourselves with? Because she probably could have won. Let's just say we don't know what her true values are or whatever, what she's riding for or not riding for, whatever.
That's sad. We really don't know.
We don't. But, so she could have still turned out the same way. Who knows?
Oh, you can say the same about Trump. People,
Right, we don't
people
know
feel
too.
like he's just a big liar.
And we're not gonna know until he get in there. So that's why we also went back and said we're not riding hard for nobody. We're gonna see your actions. Okay, we'll figure it out when it happens, and we'll move accordingly when it happens. All that matters is how we respond to what.
To
How
all
would you
this.
phrase that?
I think that one thing for certain is this is going to be a topic of discussion, this particular election and the things that transpired. We're going to look down, like several years from now, we're going to look back on this and probably be shaking our heads. I mean, everybody, no matter what side you're like, wow, that was crazy.
This was crazy.
Right?
It was literally like a TV show.
Right. That was crazy. So, as tensions die down and people come back to sanity.
Yeah.
And recognizing where their priorities should lie, hopefully in their families, the people they love and care
Obviously
about.
God first.
Building a strong relationship with God, and trying to be a better human being.
Come on.
Trying to make
That's what it's
the
about.
world a better place with the time that we have on this planet before it's over. As we get back down to these values, we'll laugh at how crazy this was. I'll be interested in the conversations that happen, during future elections. Hopefully things are put more into perspective as opposed to getting crazier.
Yeah. I agree with you, dear. Hopefully all we can do is contribute to sow the seeds that we can of positivity, of authenticity, just walking in our true self, being a light. And I'm genuinely not attached to either person. Even if Kamala won, I wouldn't have been sad. If Trump won, I'm not sad. Trump won, I'm not sad. Kamala would have won, I'm not sad.
Or jumping out your seat.
Or jumping out my seat. We watched the Trump speech or whatever. I was just like, well, all right. I was so unfazed. It's so not about them. It's crazy.
That's true. That's a mic drop.
It's not about them.
Right. We thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to share some of these perspectives. This is mid-November, so this year is coming to its conclusion. There'll be 4 years of a new presidency, actually a familiar presidency.
I was gonna say,
right? He'll be able to get 8 years in total. I hope we'll pray for him. We pray that there isn't any people to try to take craziness into their own hand and do any crazy stuff. That's not what this is all about. People need to focus on the things that they need to be focused on. And in fact, if you have any type of anger, bitterness, or thoughts that are questionable, take that energy and try to do something hands-on, beneficial to the people you love in your local community.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of people, are out of sorts about stuff that way over there, and you got things that you could be doing to make a difference locally, wherever you are. It's a big country.
Yeah.
To make a difference. At the end of the day, whoever is labeled the president, they have other things that they're working on. They don't even know us.
Pushing their legacy forward.
Building
up their family wealth.
Speak.
What are we doing? So how can we pour into first our relationship with God, our family, because that's going to pour into how we treat other people, how we treat our children, how we treat the homeless person we walk past on the street. How are we going to, like Bruce said, take that energy and do something productive with it? Why spend your time hating somebody that is so out of your world, so out of touch from you, and you could be spending that energy doing something productive?
And that's a mic drop. I will like to say one thing before we cut off.
Okay.
There's so much propaganda, so much misinformation constantly roaming through our social media, through our television screens, through the people we encounter.
Yeah.
And it's hard to decipher all that stuff alone.
Yeah.
I recommend, if you are alone, come check us out. We're going to make it a point to be available, have these discussions to help each other grow and progress and stay on track to what we need to be focusing on to be balanced and healthy. insane. And also, building a relationship with God, we're all only here for a limited amount of time before it's over.
Yeah.
So enjoy this experience called life, and try to do something meaningful with it while you can, especially for those that are going to be here when you're gone. And hopefully pass some torch that can be carried forward.
Amen.
And again, if you're going at it alone, find a relationship with God. And then also, I'm very fortunate to have a beautiful, lovely, intuitive, thoughtful, graceful, wife that is open-minded to having larger conversations about all these things going on, allowing me to expand my thought process and being open to expanding hers. It's easier to do it with someone that's taking a step forward as you're taking a step forward, trying to grow and have a better understanding of how to navigate this thing called life. So I definitely, implore you to find someone or a group or something that can keep you in, that can help balance you out and keep you in a healthy place.
Yeah. Or even reach out to us. We're here, like Bruce said, or leave a comment, or, join a church. Who knows? Like join a safe space to get your thoughts out, not surrounding yourself around people that want to just keep you in the same place, or just basically just taken from social media and just regurgitating just things that they're hearing, random clips online or whatever, and wanting to just join the bandwagon. You don't need no bandwagon friends. Bandwagon friends gonna keep you where you at. So thank you guys, dear.
And subscribe, stay in connection, leave comments. Let us know what's on your mind. Some things that you're worried about, some things you're thinking about. Give us some more information that we can dissect in future, help you dissect together with future content.
And we're learning together. We're figuring out. We don't know everything.
But we're trying to learn and expand. Remember, there's so much misinformation, propaganda. Two brains are better than one. And what's better than two brains with God at the center of it all is as many brains as possible working together to help us navigate this thing called life in a more healthy way.
Amen. And with that, we're going to close on that beautiful note. Thank you, chocolate husband. Bottled in chocolate, how I like it.
Oh, thank you too, wife. With your gorgeous self.
Gorgeous, thank you. Right back at you.
All right, y'all. Peace.